Marlins trying to take 3 out of 4 against the New York Mets.
And digging in for the Mets, it is their switch hitting shortstop Francisco Lindor facing Yonny Chirinos.
But a fly ball here. Ballpark's going to hold this one by a long shot. It's going to be Brujan out in center, and he makes the catch for the first out.
And it'll bring up Brandon Nimmo.
Ground ball toward the hole, and Chisholm runs it down, makes the off-balance throw, and off the bag. Berger can't make the stop, and Nimmo is safe at first base. Here's J.D. Martinez, 2 for 11 in this series. That's grounded toward the hole and past Berger into right field, a base hit. Nimmo turns second. He'll go on to third, and the Mets have runners at the corners with 1 out. So both Nimmo and Martinez hitting the ball to the right side and able to sneak base hits.
Runners at the corners, and here's Pete Alonso.
And there's the ground ball right toward the second base bag. Jazz steps on the bag and throws to first, and that's the double play that Chirinos needed.
The Mets have won the last 7 games that David Peterson has started. He has pitched awfully well since coming back from off-season hip surgery.
Peterson will face Chisholm, De La Cruz, and Bell as we go scoreless into the bottom of the first inning.
Well, it might be after that pitch.
Unless you get 94 up near the chin. In fact, that might have clipped Jazz. They've gotten that elbow.
And that's lined right to Alonso, and that's a double play. So after Alonso grounded into a double play that ended the Mets' chance in the top of the inning, catches the line drive and turns it into a double play to take away the base runner for the Marlins.
So Bell, who is not really a threat to run, is aboard at first with 2 away, and Jake Berger coming up.
2-2 coming to Berger, and he bounces one on the left side. Nice easy hop for Iglesias, and he gets the force to end the inning.
No score as we go to the top of the second inning.
It's been a rough year for DJ, but the recent results have been a little more promising. 3 hits in his last 5 at bats, and DJ takes the splitter outside for ball 4, and the Mets have a leadoff base runner. First walk for Chirinos.
And that's a good splitter right there, well below the zone. He got Alvarez to chase his first strikeout of the night.
Well, here is McNeil, who had a 2-homer effort on Friday.
And Jeff drives one deep right field, right down the line, and that ball is out of here. Jeff McNeil, who opened the series with a 2-home run game on Friday, hits a 2-run homer to start the scoring today, and it's 2-0 New York in the second.
First ball he sees in the game, attacking in the first at bat, first pitch.
Let's have 2 on with 2 out.
We'll bring up Brandon Nimmo, the 7th man to bat for the Mets here in the second.
Payoff pitch coming. And it's in there for a called strike 3. The slider got to the bottom of the zone. 2 in on the McNeil home run.
Mets lead the Marlins 2-0. 2 out. Edwards at second.
Now here's Vidal Brujan.
Brujan down the right field line toward the corner. And that one falls fair. A run will score. Brujan on his way to second. And he's not stopping there. Throw from McNeil is in time.
But when you're going up the line, you have to go hard. There's an old saying, don't assume. Don't assume the ball's going to be foul. Assume it's going to be fair. If he assumed that, he'd have been safe easily at third.
Here's DJ Stewart. He lifts one foul territory. Rivera is there, and he makes the catch up against the netting. Tell you what, he has really navigated foul territory extremely well.
Great timing. He looks, he puts the hand out and is able to brace himself as well as he could against the netting.
We go to the bottom of the third inning in Miami. Mets 2, Marlins 1. Now De La Cruz.
2-2 is hit hard right past the shortstop Lindor. Might have ricocheted off his leather. That ball was stung at 103 miles an hour, and De La Cruz is deserving of a hit the way he's been hitting the baseball.
De La Cruz goes, throw to second, gets into center field, and DLC will head to third. Mentioned that Alvarez hasn't thrown out many base runners. Now 6 of 31, 32 actually.
And now first and third. Here's Berger, who has been red hot.
And Berger chases the changeup for strike 3. Second strikeout for Peterson as he eludes damage in the third.
Mets lead 2-1. Top of the 4th inning at Lone Depot Park. Yonny Chirinos goes back out for his 4th inning of work. He'll pitch to Jose Iglesias.
That's lined down the right field line. That's a fair ball going into the corner for Iglesias. It rattles around for a while, so Iglesias is going to try for 3. The relay by Chisholm to third, not in time. It's a triple for Jose Iglesias, his first 3-base hit as a Met. And McNeil gets one to center field. That'll get the run in. Brujan moves back to make the catch. Iglesias can walk on in with the third Met run. McNeil's driven in all three, and the Mets have a 3-1 lead. So here's Lindor up for the third time.
Remember, he just got off to such a, I got to believe, his worst start of his career. Lost in the forest. He was really struggling.
And now Lindor cracks one to deep right field. Forget that. That's out of here off the signage. Francisco Lindor's 18th home run of the year, and it's 4-1 New York.
Home run Lindor to right off the facing of the second deck down the line.
Mets' second home run of the night, and that was a shot.
Welcome back. 4-1 the score.
And so 1 on and 1 out for Emmanuel Rivera.
And that's a base hit left field. So the hits keep coming for Rivera as well. And the Marlins have 2 on in the 4th inning.
Snap throw down to first, and just back in time is Rivera.
You see Pete vacated his position. So that was a, oh boy, his foot was up in the air. Terrible slide.
Mets are going to challenge the call.
He's out.
Yeah, you see the tag on the back.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. New York will retaining their challenge.
So it's a pickoff for Alvarez. And the second out of the inning. There's Ali Sanchez with 2 out and 2 on. And a ground ball down to Iglesias. He'll go the short way for the force, and that retires the side.
Now we go to the 5th inning in Miami, where the Mets have taken a 4-1 lead.
Martinez 1 for 2 tonight, singled in the first.
And it's ball 4, so Martinez draws a 4-pitch walk to start the 5th inning. He gets a fastball, and he lines it into left field for a base hit. So Pete's got his second hit of the night. After all the sliders, he got a fastball, and he turned on it and lined it into left. And he's on with a walk, and the bases are loaded. So 2 walks in the inning, 4 for the night for Chirinos, and the Mets with a chance to put some distance between themselves and the Marlins. Already up 4-1. And Francisco Alvarez coming up with the bases loaded and nobody out.
0-2 coming. And he got him for a 3rd time tonight. A darting sinker down and in. He's retired him on 3 different pitches.
So now Iglesias, and he gets hit by the pitch, and that'll force in a run. Chirinos coming inside with the slider, and he hits Iglesias to force in a run. Martinez comes home to score, and it's 5-1 New York.
That's 5, Marlins 1. Josh Bell, who has walked twice, will be the batter.
Josh Bell out toward deep left field, sends Nimmo back, and it's gone. Solo home run for Josh Bell.
His 10th of the season. It's 5-2 New York here in the 5th.
It left his bat at 100 miles an hour, and it traveled 375 feet.
Bottom 7 in Miami. Mets up 5-2. Jazz Chisholm Jr. leads off against Jose Butto.
2-2 coming to Chisholm. And he got him looking at the changeup.
Oh.
Chisholm thought the pitch was low and away. Rob Drake says it was a strike.
That ball was way outside.
Love the Drake.
Way outside.
That is not even close. That's a changeup that was nearly a foot outside the strike zone. De La Cruz out toward left field. Nimmo turns and looks, and another one into the Marlins bullpen. 5-3 here in the 7th.
Brian De La Cruz with a homer. Second homer of the night for the Marlins. Now they're back to within 2.
De La Cruz just decided to hit one out. He's hit so many balls hard at guys that were in play. He decided to take that one deep. Number 17 on the year.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Mets leading 5-3.
And the slider looped into shallow center. On comes Bader sliding, and he makes the catch.
Wow.
Bader sliding on his stomach and getting his glove under the ball to make a terrific catch to rob Lopez of a hit. 1 out.
Well, they don't get any better in center field than Bader. He patrols it. He is terrific.
We go to the top of the 9th inning here in Miami. The Mets have a 5-3 lead over the Marlins.
And I believe Skip Schumacher has been thrown out of this ball game. Happened after the last half inning. Nothing in particular that I think really set him off after the 8th. But I think Skip probably heard enough from the fellas looking at the iPads. The strike zone are back on those iPads.
But how about the throw out? Was that about the most nonchalant throwing out of a manager that you've ever seen?
Maybe Skip said, I know you're about to throw me out, but I'm just letting you know how awful you've been tonight.
Lindor in the top of the Mets order. Nimmo and Martinez due up.
Fly ball hit well to left field. Back goes De La Cruz to the track at the wall. It's out of here. Francisco Lindor goes the other way for his second home run of the night.
He hit it into a party deck in left center field to the right of the Marlins bullpen. So Francisco Lindor, his 19th home run of the year, and the Mets have a 6-3 lead. Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth here in Miami. It's the Mets 6 and the Marlins 3. And Edwin Diaz will come on to look for his 12th save of the year. So Gordon will bat for Sanchez here in the lefty-righty move.
Into right field and down for a base hit. So exactly what the Marlins need with Jazz and company coming up. And Jazz takes inside. So the Marlins do a little bit more than just make it interesting. They'll bring the tying run to the plate. Off the end of the bat, Diaz has it. Nobody home at second base, and De La Cruz is safe at first.
Yes, he is. Diaz lobbed it over to first, and De La Cruz hustled up the line. The way you like to see.
Oh, he threw a lollipop to first. I don't know why he didn't throw the ball to second. He had time to get Chisholm there. But then he threw softly to first, and De La Cruz was able to beat it out.
Oh, that's what did it. That is, someone's got a cover there.
Now Diaz has to really tighten the belt. Josh Bell is 1 for 6 with a home run against Diaz.
1-2 coming. Line drive, grabbed on a hop by McNeil. He bobbles, throws to first, gets the out there. He wanted to go to second because that's the tying run, but once he juggled it, he had to get the sure out at first.
A base hit could tie this game. Jake Berger, a right-hand hitter, will be the batter.
Popped it up, shallow right center. McNeil out calling, and McNeil's got it, and the ball game is over. Diaz gives up a run in the ninth, but hangs on. The Mets get a split of the 4-game series with the Marlins. They win for the 8th straight time with David Peterson starting. McNeil and Lindor with home runs. And the Mets can breathe a sigh of relief as they get a split in Miami, winning tonight 6-4.